Hello everyone, welcome to Inside City Hall, Auburn, California. My name is Sharon Hamilton, and I usually speak with Sean Rabe, but it's kind of a bittersweet time. This is my 10th journey down together, and Sean is starting a new adventure. So this is his last show with Inside City Hall.
I'm the artist formerly known as City Manager Sharon.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, well, at least you can laugh. I'm sad. I'm wearing blue because I'm sad. But anyway, it is kind of bittersweet. Obviously, we want good wishes for you.
Thank you.
But no, I still hate you. Okay. So in leaving, we're going to kind of button a few things up, and I think maybe we'll start with, how was the 4th of July celebration?
Yeah, it was really good. So, the city put on the fireworks show again. We were able to raise about 18,000, I think, of about 20,000 that we needed.
Yeah, good.
Huge donation from the Auburn, United Auburn Indian Community, UAIC. So thank you very much to the tribe for that.
Yeah.
So they donated about half of the 20,000 that we needed. They did donate half. And then we were able to raise the rest. So it was good. The fairgrounds, I went to the fairgrounds and it was packed. The fairgrounds had a bunch of things happening.
Oh, good, yeah.
So that was good.
They had vendors and stuff before the fireworks.
Food.
Oh, okay.
And then in the morning, there was the Auburn Mile, which is the first time that they've done that. So that was really cool. I don't know, 250 people, like from different states, that showed up to run in this thing. And the winner was 4 minutes and something. 4 minutes something.
4 minute mile. Cool.
I got to hold the ribbon at the end with the mayor,
Yay.
so that was nice.
Yeah.
And then the parade, obviously, and then all of the stuff that the chamber
Did
put
they
together.
have a flyover or something at 10 o'clock to mark the parade?
Yeah. So there was Sheriff's Department had their helicopter flyby, and then there were 2 of the dwelly planes and then 2 biplanes. Flew by after that, so that was kind of neat.
That was very cool.
Yeah, it was really
very
nice.
cool. And I was downtown because I kind of walked through all the vendors and stuff they were setting up, and cursed at them for taking my parking place. No, I didn't do that. But it was such a vibrant time.
Yeah, it was nice.
And the other thing that started at 8:10, I believe, one little girl corrected me. I said 8:15, was the little kids
race.
run or something. Half mile? I think they did a half mile.
I think that's right, yeah.
And that was kind of cute. They were out there all decked out in red, white, and blue, and it was exciting.
Yeah.
It was vibrant.
Yeah. There were a couple kids that ran in the whole mile one too. There was one little girl that she looked like maybe she was 3 years old, and she just just like pushing through it and got all the way through and made it across the finish line.
I love that. It's just so cute. Well, good. I didn't make it to the fireworks, but I'm glad. It was good. At a certain point, watching the fireworks back in New York and stuff is just fine on the TV. Yeah. Right. So, anyway, a beautiful time of year though. We have to celebrate our country. It's been superb TV shows and the City of Auburn and small towns celebrating and big towns celebrating.
Right.
Anyway.
Did you watch the fireworks in New York City?
I did.
Oof.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
my gosh! I've never seen anything like it. Where they came off the was that the Brooklyn Bridge?
Brooklyn Bridge.
Yeah,
with
the whole veil looking like waterfalls. And it was, and then the big ships out in the harbor. Really.
Yeah,
hey, America. Okay, never mind this guy leaving us. America, happy birthday. And it was fantastic. That was next to Walt Disney's Searching for Happiness, where they went around, they did Route 66 and they did the story of the Slinky, fun stuff like that. That was a good show too. But the New York Macy's,
amazing.
Touching.
Also, can you, I mean, our fireworks show is about $20,000. I have no idea how much how much does that cost?
I don't know. I don't know.
It's crazy.
We're going to pay for it when we buy clothes at Macy's.
Exactly, yeah. Mark it up, 5%.
I think so.
For the next year.
I know, okay. Anyway, your journey started, what, 3
years and about a month ago.
Okay.
3 years, actually, and a month, almost exactly.
That you were our Auburn manager.
Yes.
Okay. And you came to us, I know, you were managing...
Town of Loomis for about 6 years.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, and before that, I was the city manager in Colma in San Mateo County, which has only 1,500 people alive, but 1.6 million people buried.
Buried, yeah.
And then prior
They're
to
hard
that,
to manage sometimes,
Yeah,
okay.
they didn't have a lot of people coming and complaining.
I know, that's kind of okay.
And then Cedar Creek before that, kind of my hometown. I grew up in Allen County.
Yeah,
So I was
okay.
there for about 5.
Oh, wow. So you've always been involved in that.
Small cities all the way through.
Oh, I think. Oh.
And then moving to Placer County as the assistant CEO.
I know. I was just going to ask
Which,
that. Okay.
400 and some thousand people in the county, and the county itself has 3,300 employees, something like that.
Wow.
So, yeah.
And you're going to be the assistant CEO of that.
CEO.
Is that
Right.
like vice president?
I mean, maybe, I guess.
I mean, if the CEO is president, aren't you
Right.
the vice president?
Well, he's not elected, and neither am I. So
Okay, so it's not
that's
quite
the
like
difference.
that.
Yeah, but it's
okay.
so it'd be like city manager, assistant city manager, CEO, assistant CEO.
Okay.
So my job is basically to make sure that the board's vision, CEO's vision is being carried out and move that stuff forward and get things done. And kind of make sure that department heads are all working together and rowing the boat the same direction. And then also, I think helping
Have you
a
read
little.
about Placer County? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I love Placer County.
It's a great county.
It's a great
best county in the state.
It is.
It is.
It is.
Fastest growing county in the state.
It's just there's best soil all around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then also I think kind of working on the relationships with the cities also. So coming from the city side, having that perspective
Right.
be helpful.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Placer County's a strong county, and you've come from Auburn, but you've got Roseville and is it Granite Bay? Is Granite Bay?
Granite Bay is not incorporated.
That's,
so
okay.
Roseville, Rockland, Lincoln, Loomis, Auburn, Colfax.
Okay. All right.
And then all the stuff in between.
Yeah.
Unincorporated parts.
Okay. All right. So, all right. He's where you're going to go to next. For complaints and kudos.
Broad shoulders.
Yeah.
We got broad shoulders.
Broad shoulders. Okay. We're okay. So now looking back on your journey through Auburn the last 3 years.
Yeah.
What would you call your most proud accomplishment? You as city manager.
Yeah. I think that the budget situation and mostly resolving that. So when I started, I think we talked about this before, but I was told that the city had an $850,000 surplus going out as long as our financial model went. So it turned out that we had 2 years of deficits, $1.2 million deficits, and then a structural deficit of $850,000. So we had to fix that quickly. And so the council basically gave direction to me to resolve that. Really looking at personnel costs, because that's the only place that we could really look at.
Right.
And so they gave me a year, and I got it resolved in about 6 months.
Okay.
We ended up losing staff. We cut positions. We didn't lay anybody off, but we were able to plug that hole within 6 months. Unfortunately, the budget is so tight now that if there's anything like an emergency with that sinkhole that we had, we were talking about that earlier, that puts us into the red again this past fiscal year. So the city needs to really work on figuring out like long-term revenue increases and figure out how to like bolster the revenue side of the budget.
I think every small town struggles with that.
It's
very
been a
much
problem
so.
recently for sure for most cities.
Yeah, because people just aren't. We just don't have extra funds that we might give into a city that we don't. But so that's kind of your most proudful thing is to pull us out of that a little bit and navigate it.
And then also just the staff side. So, there was a lot of like, I would say like unhappiness and discontent in City Hall, and I worked really hard to like try to like patch that and make that better. And like when I first started, I would walk through the hall and like nobody would talk. Like it was very quiet, nobody laughing, and now there's laughing all the time and people are talking. And I walk through City Hall every day, every morning, and say good morning to every person that works there.
Yeah.
It's like being a nice person and trying to interact with people.
Did you have to work hard at being a nice person, or did it come naturally?
Comes naturally. Yeah, sure.
Natural
thing for me. So yeah,
we know that. That's why we're going to miss you so much.
Yeah. So that's been a big deal. Just the kind of like organizational, just like camaraderie and building that back up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and I'm sure they're all feeling it right now. You are going to leave quite a big hole in that.
Yeah.
And okay, so let's see. Looking back, and what's the most unexpected thing that happened in the last 3 years, good or bad? Unexpected in terms of what you had to take care of or celebrate.
Yeah. Something
you didn't expect you'd find that you did.
The budget thing for sure, but then also we were at a staff meeting, department head meeting the other day, and we were just kind of talking about stuff, and somebody made the point that there's 8 department heads, I think that's right, and so everybody that's on the department head team now I've actually appointed. So a lot of them were there already, but like Menjel Dean, the public works director, he was the public works manager, and so he wasn't considered a department head. Jonathan Wright was the community development and economic development director, and I split that and appointed a planning director and then moved him to only economic development.
Okay.
Amy bumped her up from city clerk to also being a management analyst, and so she's also a department director. So all the people that work as department directors, I actually appointed them to the role that they're currently in.
Oh, wow.
And so I never thought that I would be doing that at all.
Right.
So
right.
There hasn't been a lot of turnover. There has been a little bit. New fire chief, new police chief.
Yeah.
New planning director, although she was there. But it's been.
But that does speak well for you. Again, if that needed to be done, it's probably needed to be done for quite a while.
Right.
And it was so great that you did that, because I'm sure it makes everyone, as much as we don't like rules, we love rules.
Mm-hmm.
As human beings, we
structure
like,
at least,
we like to be pointed in the right path, right? Rather than okay, let's all do this and you do that, and it's very it's much nicer to have a forward path. Yeah.
And having appointed the new finance director, so we poached her from the county.
Poached her.
And it's ironic that I'm leaving and going to the county.
You're being poached back.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
But she's doing a great job for the city too, kind of helping with the whole finance stuff. So.
Yeah, because that's
also poached to the building official from Loomis. So I have no shame in stealing people from other organizations, and so just
watch out, Auburn. He's coming for us.
Be on notice about that.
I'm sure you've told him. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Whew.
When I left Loomis, I had an agreement with the council that I wouldn't take any of their employees for a year, and so the building official started about a year and a month after I left.
Okay.
He came to Loomis about a year and a month.
Okay.
Right on the previous.
Is that what we can?
I upheld my side of the deal.
Okay. All right. Is that in writing?
No, it was verbal.
It was verbal. So a gentleman's agreement, can't beat that.
Right.
That's still good.
Yeah.
Okay, so, and the most unexpected would probably be something like that you organized that.
Yeah.
I think it's more recent, but the sinkhole thing, that was a journay.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, we have, like we talked about before, City has been, it was incorporated, like in the 1800s, 1858 or something like that.
Yeah.
Reincorporated in 1888, I believe. Or somewhere. Anyways, they're an old city, old infrastructure, and eventually that stuff kind of falls apart, and it doesn't matter if you replace it every 100 years. The lifespan is maybe 75 years, and so, we just have that stuff that happens.
Yeah.
And I think it's kind of a whack-a-mole situation where something is going to pop up, and we patch the part that we can because we don't have the funding to fix the whole thing.
Right.
But we get it done as good as we can for the part that we have, and then something happens down the way. And it's just going to be like that until there's a dedicated funding source, and the likelihood of that happening is pretty much zero.
So unless we increase taxes.
Right.
Which is not going to happen this fiscal year because we already had to have it in by July 1st. Right. Okay.
Right.
Whew, I don't know. It's a lot to get through. So now your new position, you briefly touched on it. Do you know anything more about what it holds for you? I mean, do you have to follow the orders of the CEO? Are you more his right-hand man rather than your own man?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. So I work directly underneath the CEO. And so it's, it's very similar to a city, just more people, but The board of supervisors is the same, similar as the city council.
Okay.
CEO is similar as city manager.
Right.
And then I work under the CEO. So that's the structure is like the board, the CEO, assistant CEO. There are 4 deputy CEOs.
Right. Okay.
And then the department directors underneath them.
Okay.
So
Okay.
the thing that's different about the county is some of those department directors are elected. So the sheriff is elected, assessor, tax collector, DA,
Okay.
and nobody can tell the elected officials what to do other than voters. So the board of
Really?
supervisors, even though they're the highest elected in the county, as far as like the organizational structure,
Right.
they don't have control over what the elected officers do, other than controlling the budget. So,
I don't know why I didn't know that.
yeah. So it's
Yeah.
a different, it's a different thing than.
But they do have, okay, if I just heard you, so your I'm talking county now, supervisors do have budget control.
Right.
Wow, that has to be a good marriage or a bad marriage.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Because the good marriage is going to make it work, and the bad marriage, you're just in for the long haul till
Right.
it gets redone. Oh,
I think
wow.
luckily for Placer, we don't, at least I don't know of like any strife between the departments and the board. I think everything is running pretty smoothly.
Smoothly.
There's
Yeah.
a really good group of people that work for the county. So
Yeah.
it's going to be, I'm sure it'll be totally fine.
Okay.
But yeah, so like right now I could call the chief of police into my office and say, hey, there's a bunch of speeding on this road. You need to have patrol out there and write tickets.
Right.
And nobody can do that with the sheriff. I can't call the sheriff and say, hey,
'Cause he's
CEO
elected.
can't do it. Certainly. I mean, I can't certainly. CEO can't either because he's elected. He does so.
Oh, you can't even write. Here's a suggestion.
Well, I think there's a lot of like working together and trying to be part of a team.
Okay.
And and I think that right now that team's pretty strong. So
Okay.
I think it's good.
I
Time.
hope it's strong for you.
Yeah.
I do. I want you to be as successful as you've been with our city.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
I think it's gonna be great. I know. I mean, the good thing for me is that because I've been in the county for a long time.
Yeah.
Almost 10 years. I know all of them personally from working in the cities.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have that relationship that's already built in, and that helps a lot, right?
Yeah,
so
it
it's
sure
not
does.
like just somebody new coming in and trying to.
Right. Somebody from LA or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right.
Okay.
But the structure is different, and it's going to be it'll be an adjustment. For
It'll
sure.
be a challenge
Right.
on some levels. Yeah, I'm sure it will be. That's so interesting. Everything I find out on this little show is things you just
right.
didn't know, right? It's just amazing. Let's see, what else have I written down here? So that's kind of what you're going into.
Mm-hmm. The other thing too is not only do I know the department heads, but I also have a really good relationship with the CEO already from working in Auburn and working in Loomis. So that's also a big help because we know each other before I start instead of learning about
how each other navigates.
He's a good person to have in that spot. Really, really good for the county.
Is he elected?
No, the same way as city manager, he's appointed by the board.
He's appointed. Okay.
So he works directly for the board.
Okay.
Same way that I work
Same with
directly for the council.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Whew. I want to do a couple fun things though.
Yes.
Before we leave. Anyway, I thought we'd play that game like your favorite this,
yes.
your favorite that.
My favorite ACTV host.
Yes.
Sharon.
Yes. There you go. Yay.
Favorite cameraman, Phil.
Phil. Okay. So, but let's say favorite place to eat dinner in Auburn.
They're all great.
Why did I know?
I can't. It's like picking a favorite child.
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I would say that eating
it's
dinner.
Your daughter is your favorite child. We know
Right.
that. That's picking.
I'll say aspirationally because I haven't been able to go there yet. I really want to be able to eat at Josephine's.
Yes.
Haven't been able to go there yet. Places that I've actually eaten at, Monkey Cat's really good.
Yeah, Monkey Cat. I used to go a long time ago. I haven't been in a while.
Right.
And I think they've changed ownership since I've been there anyway. But, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
For dinner, for sure.
For dinner, for sure. Okay. All right. Well, that's good to know. I haven't heard that name in a while.
Yeah.
And I have been to Josephine's. It's quite fun. Yeah, yeah.
I'm looking forward to finally getting a reservation there.
Yeah. It's intimate and elegant with being not fussy.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's kind of a nice blend. Yeah.
I've been able to go to the bar. I had to go buy a gift card once, and there was a seat at the bar, and I was like, I want to take advantage of this. So I sat at the bar, and I got an old fashioned. That was very good. So
was it? Okay, the old fashioned's good.
The food will carry forward from the drink, hopefully.
All right, that's good. That's good.
Judging by the line that I can see from outside my window at City Hall. So
yeah, I know.
It just continues to grow more.
Yeah, it does. And I think the Oak House is getting a fairly
really
decent reputation.
Yeah.
I haven't, it's not open as many nights, like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, something like that. 3 nights, something like that.
That's another one that I haven't been able to get. Because, like, you know, we have a 12-year-old, and I don't want to take, I mean, no offense to my daughter, but I'm going to take her to Josephine's and have her order chicken fingers.
Right.
And so,
yeah.
So, like, I have to plan it out, and by the time that, it's always like, well, she's going to stay at a friend's house, so let's figure out where we're going to eat.
Right.
And then there's no reservation.
Can't get in.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes you can just go
Yeah.
and see if you can get in. And they know you. I bet you get in.
I never play that card.
You never play?
I've never done that before, no.
Oh man, and I was sad that I wasn't invited to Travis and Taylor's wedding.
Yeah, well, so was I.
Yeah.
I just couldn't get a flight. I was invited, I just couldn't make it.
I think they're a cute couple. I'm going all in on that. And then I was sad about the USA losing to soccer.
Right.
Have you been following those? Oh
yeah, a little bit.
A little bit with the one gentleman that works for Public Works. She said you guys, yeah. Okay, I think that's fun. Anyway, I'm sad, but all Canada, Mexico, and the U.S. are all out now. So
I saw a meme that on Facebook that Mexico didn't lose the World Cup. Is it World Cup?
Yeah.
The World Cup lost Mexico.
Oh,
so that was good. My wife is
cool.
Mexican, so
oh, okay.
I support that.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm going to root for England now, I think I am. Okay, favorite coffee spot. Again, I know you're not going to play favorites, but play favorites.
So if I'm having a meeting with somebody, I go to Depot Bay.
Yeah, okay.
And I have a Depot Bay cup that I bought from there. If I want like espresso, I'll go to Pour Choice.
Okay.
I have a Pour Choice cup that I bought from there. And then everyone's like I meet Councilmember Dallin Calvillo for breakfast at Baked and Brewed every Monday. So I'll get it there also.
Okay.
I bounce around a lot.
Okay. I like that you kind of share the one. Yeah. I haven't been to Poor Choice in a long time, simply because the stairs are hard to navigate. Yeah. So what's your favorite activity that's in Auburn? Like the mayor rides her bike.
Right.
And do you have an activity that you...
I mean, I wouldn't say like an activity, but the races and going to the races and watching like Western States at the golden hour when the last people are crossing right before the cutoff, and like that kind of stuff is really inspiring to me to be able to watch that. So,
yeah.
The last one, we didn't talk. Did we talk about? We didn't talk. So the first place runner finished in under 15 hours. Running 100 miles through a canyon, up and down hills, which if you do the math, I asked ChatGPT to do this because I don't have that.
ChatGPT,
it was 8 minute and 15-second average mile for 100 miles.
Can you imagine?
And I saw like pictures of like they're running up like like a hill like this.
Yeah.
And it's just like amazing.
I know.
So like watching, I mean, the first place, finishers, like I don't go. I mean, that's inspiring. But the people who ride at the very tail end, who are just like pushing to get down.
And trying so hard to make the 24 and the 30. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
There was a lady at the end who fell and had a huge gash on her head, just blood all over her face. And I don't know how far. It was like maybe halfway through. She finished and was just barely able to cross and like kind of collapsed at the end. She didn't make it before the cutoff. But the fact that this woman who was, like profusely bleeding, was able to finish this, amazing.
Yeah.
And I park over at City Hall and then I'll walk. I'll just walk because I don't want to deal with the traffic. And walking up the hill to the high school,
right.
like I'm out of breath by the time I get there to the tops. And it's like these people are running 100 miles. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's really hard for me to wrap my brain around the possibility.
Right. Yes, right.
Yeah, right. And coming up is our Tevis is August 1st, and that's the horses, and that's equally.
Right.
I mean, how can you put your horse through that? I don't know.
You know how did we talk about how Western States started? Did I tell you that story?
I think so.
Gordy,
Tell me again.
Gordy Ainsley was. I think he had a horse in Tevis. The horse couldn't run or something, and so he decided that he was going to do it on his own. in the 70s, and so he ran the 100 miles during the horse race by himself, and then finished at the same time underneath when Tevis has to finish. So he was able to finish it before the
24 hours or whatever it was.
Whatever.
Yeah. Wow. That's yeah.
And he still runs. He's like
I know.
80 years old.
I know. He's a character.
Yes.
And he's also pretty inspirational on some of that stuff.
Yeah.
He really is. Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to you, babe.
Yeah.
Anyway, the last little, is what's your favorite celebration? I mean, we just talked about that, but I mean, 4th of July, the holiday lights, we have a lot of little the Porch Fest.
Yeah.
What's your favorite one?
Parade of Lights, for sure.
Parade of Lights,
for
yeah.
sure.
Okay.
I was able to, I've been a city manager for 16 years, 4 different cities. I've never been a grand marshal in a parade. I've been a grand marshal twice now in Auburn.
Oh.
So once for the 4th of July parade when I first started, and then again for the St. Patrick's Day parade.
Oh.
So that was cool. But the Parade of Lights is just amazing with all the
with everything they do. Yeah.
Really cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's kind of fun. I always like the Veterans Day too. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
it's a moving one.
Yeah.
And
really
lots of tributes and all that. Well, I guess our last, I'm hoping, so this is my vision for the future for you, is that when you get comfortable, you'll suggest doing Beyond City Hall and come back to us to do a show.
Beyond the CEO office or something?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we'll think of something, but beyond City Hall and incorporating.
We do a comedy show.
Yeah.
It's like do jokes.
Okay, we could do that. Yeah, okay. We won't do that because we love both our county and our city. We love you. We're going to miss you terribly.
I appreciate it.
We do wish you the best.
I'm very glad that we were able to get this set up and do it.
Oh, I know.
Thanks to Phil pushing me to do it.
I know. Phil is amazing. Okay, Phil, you're coming on the show next time. So one last thing, and we have a few minutes to wrap up. We had another great loss this past week in Mike Holmes, one of the councilmen.
Right.
And he has been kind of a pillar in our town.
Yeah.
And he passed away at the age of 86, I think he was.
86.
And gosh, I mean, shout out to you, Mike. Anyway, you had a wonderful little story I thought you could share.
Yeah, so, like the story was in the paper about Mike and all the stuff. He was a valedictorian. He graduated in 1958 from Placer High School. He was in the Navy, Chinese consulate in Beijing due to his fluency in Chinese.
Oh my gosh, did not know that.
And then he had a 30-year naval career with distinction. He retired as a captain. He had a Legion of Merit Award of Bronze Star and a Meritorious Service Medal. He had I think an injury in combat star also. So.
Oh wow.
Mike and I, I don't know if I told you this, but I wanted to be a history teacher in high school. Like when I was in high school, figuring out what I wanted to do with my life, I was going to be very interested in history. Local history, especially. Grew up in the Gold Country in Amber County, and so Mike and I always had these conversations about history stuff, and then I was able to talk Carol Kramer into being the city historian and in the parking lot by twisting her arm behind her back. But so Mike and I had a lot of these conversations about stuff. So he and I think had a pretty kind of a unique relationship, city manager and city council member relationship. And so, he went to the emergency room, and then I heard about it over the scanner that we have at City Hall, and the fire chief told me about it. And so the fire chief, he's like, well, do you want to go make sure he's okay? And I was like, yeah, sure. So jump in the fire chief's truck. We go over to the hospital. Fire chief is able to get anywhere he wants to go because he has the badge so he takes me in through the back door of the emergency room at Center Auburn Faith, and so I walk in and he's asking where Mike is, and so we found him. So Mike's sitting in the bed, he's up and alert, and he's looking around and stuff, and I walk in, he's like, what are you doing here? And I was like, I can't make sure you're okay, and he's like, I'm fine, it's fine, I'm fine. I was like, okay, well, I just want to make sure you're okay, and make sure to see if Jim is coming, and he's like, yeah, I think he is. And so I told him, I said, Jim told me he'll be here in a little bit. He's like, oh yeah, it's fine. But kind of just the added, like the way that he and I kind of interacted and stuff, and like almost like grandfather, like what are you doing here?
Right.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So being able to see him before he passed away was very nice for sure.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Good guy.
We are.
Very good guy.
Yeah.
Like when I think about like what makes this community like Auburn, there are people in the community like Mike, like Jim, Harvey Roper, like those kind of people who have like really like created what this community is, and it's really incumbent on them.
They have such history here. You talk about history and wanting to be a teacher, and it's true. I knew Jim when he had his service station.
Yes, right.
And so, and that's how I circled around to get to know Mike and Jim and Bessie.
Yeah.
On our final note, besides wishing you all the very best in sincerity, I have just something I did not make up, but I save things like this for occasions when we lose people like Mike. These are not my words, but I thought they would fit nicely, and it's called "Let's Honor What Was Given." It came out around Memorial Day, but I think it kind of speaks to Mike as well. We gather to honor and remember the fallen in a moment of reflection that connects our work to the lives and sacrifices behind it. Mike is a story, a family, a legacy, and our work is rooted in something far greater than ourselves. Is how we show up when it matters most. When a family is navigating loss, when life changes in an instant, when support is needed and cannot wait. Excuse me, I'm sorry, Mike. You will be missed. We pause, we remember, and we honor what was given.
Amen.
And I think that kind of says a lot about Mike.
Yeah.
Okay, tears of sadness because we're losing this guy. Tears of remembrance for Michael, and everyone in Auburn. Have a great, great summer.